we present With a Song in My Heart, the story of the men who write the songs you love. This is a program of songs and songwriters, of those folk who create the melodies you sing today, but which tomorrow may become the folk songs of a nation. And so each week in this series, we deal with the story of a songwriter. For this episode, the spotlight is on that genius of the popular song, Irving Berlin. And to the strains of one of Berlin's most memorable melodies, we give you a brief outline of the amazing life story of this remarkable man. Irving Berlin's real name was Isidor Berlin, the son of a poor Russian migrant family who settled in New York at the turn of the century. Early in life, young Berlin had to settle down to help support his family, and it was a large family. A newsboy at the age of 10, we find him at 16 working as a singing waiter at Nigger Mike's, one of the tough spots in New York's Bowery.
Say, Bud, that's the feller over there.
What, that slim little dark guy?
Yeah. I tell you something, I think he's got talent.
Well, let's hear him. Hey, waiter. Yes, you. What about singing something for us?
I don't mind, sir. What would you like?
I want you to sing one of your own songs. You compose, don't you?
Yes, sir. I did have one song published.
Well, let's hear your latest.
Okay, sir. It's a new rag. I call it Alexander's Ragtime Band. Right, Joe. Alexander, let her go. Come on and hear, Alexander's Ragtime Band. Come on and hear, it's the best band in the land. It can play the bugle call like you never heard before, so natural that you want to go to war. It's just the bestest band that am. Honey lamb, come on along, let me take you by the hand. Up to the man who is the leader of the band. And if you want to hear the Swanee River played in ragtime, come on and hear, Alexander's Ragtime Band.
Not bad at all.
You better bring that number down to our office tomorrow. We might be able to do something with it. Here's my card.
What? Watterson and Snyder, the music publishers?
Yes, it was. And within a few months, this melody musically set the world on fire, and Berlin was on his way to fame and fortune. Yes, when Berlin wrote that song, he found his bluebird and silver lining all rolled up in one. Naturally, his publishers weren't intrigued with the unromantic name of Izzy Berlin, so he became Irving Berlin. He then went on to write a bunch of song hits, such as the world had never seen from one songwriter. About 2 years later, this incident occurred.
Irving, Mr. Watterson and I have been thinking things over. You've composed a lot of hits for us, you know.
Yes, Ted. Maybe I've been lucky.
Well, we don't think it's luck. We think it's ability. So Mr. Watterson and I are going to offer you a partnership. Instead of being Watterson and Snyder, we feel it ought to be Watterson, Berlin, and Snyder.
You don't really mean that.
We surely do, Irving. What do you say?
I guess it's a deal.
And so we find Berlin a publisher, in addition to being a world-famous songwriter. But just when his world looked like a path of roses, he lost his wife, to whom he was devoted. He honored her memory in a simple song that tells its own story.
I lost the sunshine and roses, I lost the heavens of blue, I lost the beautiful rainbow, I lost the morning dew, I lost the angel who gave me summer the whole winter through. I lost the gladness that turned into sadness when I lost you. Gave me summer the whole winter through. I lost the gladness that turned into sadness when I lost you.
After his wife's passing, Berlin joined the U.S. Army in World War I. During his undistinguished life as a soldier, he wrote a little ditty which expressed all soldiers' opinions of buglers who blow the reveille. It was introduced at a camp concert.
And the next performer, boys. Boys, the next performer is one of your own troops. Yes, it's Sergeant Irving Berlin. He's going to sing for you. What's the name of the song, Sergeant?
It's a little number I've called, Oh, How I Hate to Get Up in the Morning. Oh, how I hate to get up in the morning. Oh, how I hate to get out of bed. But the hardest blow of all is to hear the bugler call. You gotta get up. You gotta get up this morning. Someday I'm going to murder that bugler. Someday you're going to find him dead. I'll pack my uniform away and sail to Philadelphia and spend the rest of my life in bed. They're all together.
Oh, how I hate to get up in the morning.
Oh, how I hate to get out of bed. But the hardest blow of all is to hear the bugler call. You gotta get up, you gotta get up, you gotta get up this morning. Someday I'm going to murder that bugler. Someday you're going to find him dead. And then I'll get the other pup, the guy that wakes the bugler up, and spend the rest of my life in bed.
Boy, was that a hit. After the war ended, melodies flowed from Berlin in an unending stream. And then, one fine morning...
Good morning, Mr. Berlin.
Good morning, Maisie. Any news?
Oh, yes, sir, and great news. Mr. Ziegfeld wants to see you regarding writing the score for his new edition of Ziegfeld Follies.
Flo Ziegfeld wants me. Boy, we are going places, aren't we?
And believe me, he was. About a fortnight before the new production was to open, Florenz Ziegfeld called for Berlin.
Irving, boy, you've written some mighty swell songs for my new show, but I still need one more.
For what spot, Flo?
For the finale, where I've got the most beautiful girls in the world dressed in the most expensive frocks in the world. Irving, I want a song to glorify those girls. And it's coming from you. And it goes in on the first night. Go on, go to it.
And Berlin did. On that first night, New York's most blasé first-nighters were thrilled to the spine to see a finale of Ziegfeld lovelies at their most beautiful, plus a Berlin melody that is still with us today. A pretty girl is like a melody.
A pretty girl is like a melody that haunts you night and day. She'll start upon a marathon and run around your brain. You can't escape. She's in your memory by morning, night, and noon. She will leave you and then come back again. A pretty girl is just like a pretty tune. You can't escape. She's in your memory by morning, night, and noon. She will leave you and then come back again. A pretty girl is just like a pretty
By this time, naturally, Berlin was news the world over and was interviewed from time to time by the world's greatest journalists. Such a one was the late Alexander Woollcott.
Irving, among other things in this little chat, I want to ask you a question that everybody is interested in. Do you play by music?
No, Alec. My music came naturally to me, and I was advised by many top-flight musicians not to alter what seems to be a God-given gift.
But you play the piano.
Yes, in my own manner, mainly on the black notes in 4 flats.
But how do you get on for a change of key, such as you must have when writing a score to a revue or musical comedy?
Oh, that's easy. My piano here has an automatic transposer on it. I call it my Buick. And although I create my melodies in the 1 key, by a slight adjustment of this transposing device, I can get into any key.
And then, Irving, when the melody is finished?
My music arranger, musical stenographer might be a better word, comes along and takes down my melody chord for chord as I play it.
And you write your own lyrics, words and music?
Oh, always.
Well, let me tell you something. You're gifted with a genius that is peculiarly your own. Your melodies will live through the ages and eventually be absorbed into American folk music in exactly the same way as were Stephen Foster's immortal songs of the Southland.
And praise like that from the famous Woollcott was indeed high praise. But to revert to Berlin's music, whilst he turned out many rarely beautiful melodies, he still occasionally, for a comedy situation, tossed out little jingles like this.
There's a married couple happily living in apartment 43. I live right next door in apartment 44. Gee, but they are mushy, he and she. Mushing seems to be their specialty. It would start you walking if you heard them talking. All day long he calls her Snooky-ukums, Snooky-ukums. All they do is talk like babies. She's his jelly Ellie roll, he's her shuggy oogie bowl. Here's the way they bill and coo, poochie woo, poochie woo, poochie woo. All night long he calls her Snooky-ukums, Snooky-ukums. All night long the neighbors shout, cut it out, cut it out, cut it out. They cry for goodness sake, don't keep us all awake with your snooky-ookie-ookie baby talk. All night long he calls her comes. All night long the neighbors shout, cut it out, cut it out. Cut it out. They cry for goodness sake, don't keep us all awake with your snooky, ookie, ookie, baby talk.
In the middle 20s, Berlin hit the headlines in a new and to him most unwelcome manner. He fell in love with Ellen Mackay, the wealthiest and foremost heiress in the United States.
Well, what do you know? I see that Ellen Mackay and Irving Berlin want to marry.
That's old news. The trouble is that Ellen's father, Clarence Mackay, says no dice.
Yeah, so this paper says. It goes on to say that Clarence Mackay won't even let Berlin call on her. In fact, he's even hired detectives to keep him off his premises.
Well, in a way, it's understandable.
How come?
Oh, it's this way. She's the #1 heiress in the States. Her father is a multi-millionaire.
Well, Berlin must be a millionaire, too.
Granted. But look at her background. Socially, her family is the tops. Why, Edward, the Prince of Wales, stayed with them as their guest during his American tour.
Go on.
As regards Berlin, his background is that of New York's ghetto and the Bowery. It's a mighty big jump from the Bowery to a Long Island estate.
So what? This is a free country. I say good luck to Berlin, and I hope he marries her.
And that's how we all felt about it. And so, whilst Clarence Mackay strenuously opposed the marriage and wouldn't let Berlin even see his daughter, Berlin poured his heart out to her in 3 love songs that the wide world sang with him. They tell their own story.
What'll I do when you are far away and I am blue? What'll I do? What'll I do when I am wondering who is kissing you? What'll I do? What'll I do with just a photograph to tell my troubles to? When I'm alone with only dreams of you that won't come true, what'll I do? That's true always. When the things you planned need a helping hand, I will understand. Always, always. Days may not be fair. Always. That's when I'll be there. Just an hour, not for just a day, not for just a year, but always. Days may not be fair, always. That's when I'll be there, always. Not for just an hour, not
Naturally enough, after an effort like that, Clarence Mackay's resistance broke down, and he finally consented to the marriage of the little East Side boy to his beloved daughter Ellen, a marriage that over the years has proved of the greatest bliss. And so our songwriter went on his merry way. Just a few of his hit tunes round this time were
Blue Skies, Russian Lullaby, You Forgot to Remember.
Marie, the song is ended. Say it with music.
It's a lovely day tomorrow. White Christmas.
But why go on? Berlin has written over 1,000 songs, and in this year of grace is still writing them. Around 1946, he was approached by two other great writers, Oscar Hammerstein II and Richard Rodgers.
Irving, Dick Rogers and I have come to see you to ask you to write the score to a new musical comedy we've brought.
Coming from you, Oscar, and you, Dick, I'm highly honored. But why not write the lyrics and music yourselves?
Well, we feel this way about it. Oscar and I have a smash hit playing in New York now, Oklahoma. This new book deals with the life of that crack rifle shot of other days, Annie Oakley. But we feel that coming right on top of Oklahoma, we might get a touch of sameness about it. So Oscar said, what about getting Berlin to write the lyrics and music? And, fella, I'm all for it. What do you say, Irving?
It's a deal.
And from that little chat, Annie Get Your Gun was born. What a show, what songs! Irving Berlin at his melodious best. What better finale could we have than a medley of his hits from this production? So here we go. Take it away, maestro.
The girl that I marry will have to be as soft and as pink as a nursery. My defenses are gone, she's broken my resistance, and I don't know where I am. I went into a fight like a lion, but I came out like a lamb.
They say that falling in love is wonderful. It's wonderful. So they say. The thing that's known as romance is wonderful, wonderful in every way, so they say.
Got no collar, got no tie. Still, I think I'm a lucky guy. I got the sun in the morning and the moon at night. Got no checkbook, got no yacht. Still, I'm lucky with what I got. I got the sun in the morning and the moon at night.
Business I show, business I grow, business I grow. Everything about it is a beauty. Everything about it is a love. Nowhere could you get that kind of beauty. The newer something that looks upon. There's no people like show, people that smile when they're alone. Even in the dirty every morning home, you may be standing out in the cold. Still on the night about the morning home, there's
on the Berlin story. May we make a reservation for you to join us again when a further episode of With a Song in My Heart will be presented? The featured artists in tonight's production were Douglas Kelly, Robert Peach, George Randall, Mary Disney, Joan Clark, and Michael Walker. Your narrator was Kevin Brennan. The orchestra and vocal ensemble were under the baton of William Flynn. And the feature was produced by Alfred Potter, scripted and directed by Jack O'Hagan.